So for about 2 months, I've been experimenting with different strings on this cedar classical guitar, and I have a lot to share with you in terms of guitar string knowledge, okay? There's a few particular string packs that I'm going to talk about here. One of them is going to be the Labella 900 Elite series, which looks like this. The other ones are going to be the Savarez Alliance medium tension, Corum basses, Hanebach carbon trebles, and also we got Labella Vivace. Now obviously every guitar is a bit different, so it's important that you find the strings that match your guitar. I still think that there's such thing as a good string and a bad string. I've been experimenting with a whole bunch of different strings in search of very bright strings to brighten up the sound of the cedar guitar. I come from a background playing fingerstyle guitar, and also before that playing a lot of rock, metal, and jazz, and a bit of classical, but I used to play a lot of electric guitar. So naturally my ear tends to gravitate more towards a brighter sound. So I really like the sound of carbon trebles. Carbon trebles are quite bright, you know. Those are the basses I was playing on at the end. But the trebles that I've got on here are part of the Savarez set. And I actually quite like these trebles. I tried nylon on this guitar. I just found they were too mellow, too warm. It just doesn't work for my style. I like the sound of the brighter treble string. Now, originally I was using D'Addario carbon trebles, which are also very good. Although I found the tension on the high E string to be a little bit too strong, too much tension. And if you look at their tension calculator chart, it has like over 20 pounds of tension on that, on the high E string, which is no good. Then I tried these Labella Vivace strings. I think these are excellent carbon trebles. They're excellent because they're warmer than other carbon trebles, but they're not as warm as nylon. So I found them to be very, very good. And I definitely would buy this pack again. Now the basses, I can't say the same because the bass strings don't last very long in this pack. If you play every single day for multiple hours and you're doing shows and you're hitting the strings hard and you're tuning them drop D, drop C, drop D, whatever you do, and using capos and all that, they're gonna last about 2 weeks, 3 weeks max, and then you gotta change them. But the trebles, you could probably leave them on for a lot longer. I think I left them on for about a month and a half, and they still sounded pretty damn good after that. So I recommend these strings. Now, I'm not affiliated with this company at all. I just think that these strings sounded very good for my guitar. Let's move on to my next experiment. I changed the treble strings to these Hanebach carbon trebles. And immediately I put them on, I wasn't that impressed with the sound. Now, some guitar players say that treble strings take longer to develop and kind of sit in your guitar a little bit, but I didn't find that to be the case with the Labellas. I put these on and they were fine. Although when I put these on, I found them to be quite pingy, almost plasticky sounding. It just didn't sound good to me, okay? So I immediately took these off pretty soon after. Now, to accompany these carbon trebles, I had another set of D'Addario 8020 basses that I also took off because I found that they weren't bright enough. So I put the entire pack of Savarez medium tension with the Corum basses on there. So it's got carbon trebles, Alliance with Corum basses. And overall, I was very impressed with the sound. Out of all the strings I've used so far on this guitar, this was one of the best. So the two best so far are Labella Vivace and Savarez Corum. Part of the reason why I tried these Corum strings out is because I was in search for very bright bass strings. But I quickly learned that there's a big problem with these bass strings on the Corum set, is that there's a lot of string noise. The string noise happens when you play a position and you switch around positions a lot. So this could happen in various classical pieces that you might play. Now, if you're staying in the open position mostly, that's not gonna give you much problems in terms of string noise. But if you start shifting around a lot, and you're doing like playing the Goldberg variations and doing crazier arrangements, you're gonna have a lot more string noise there. And I noticed the string noise to be very apparent, especially on these Corum basses. So what I did was I tried out these strings. Now what these are, they're Labella 900 Elite with polished golden alloy basses. And I actually just purchased just the bass set. I got these from Strings by Mail, a very popular online site for buying guitar strings. So these are the actual bass strings I have on here now. This is another pack of it, just because for fun, I just purchased another pack. But I won't be using these strings. I will not, because I just tried out these bass strings in a concert, well, sort of a street performance, let's just say, and I'm really not impressed with the sound. So let's listen a bit to how these sound. I personally find they sound dead. That's the low E string. That's the A string. That doesn't sound like a brand new string to me. There's the D. Let's listen to the shift from the treble strings to the bass strings and you'll kind of hear the difference. Let's say I do a little D major scale descending. To me, the D string is not so bad, but the A string is notably dead sounding and thuddy. So I'm definitely going to be taking these strings off. Now, originally when I put these strings on, I liked them because there was no string noise. I could play my crazy arrangements and slide around the neck, and there was very limited string noise. I've grown accustomed to obviously hearing that string noise and being okay with it. But after listening to a number of guitar recordings, I just realized how much I don't want to hear that string noise anymore. I would rather have no string noise than have a lot of string noise. And the string noise can happen even when you're just jamming, playing a few like bebop licks. So let's say you just improvise a few melodies. Now these strings are notably quiet, but the thing is they're also very dead sounding. That's why I don't like them. So unfortunately, La Bella, you guys missed big time with this pack. I don't know why you call it Elite Classical. They do not sound elite in any way. I've never heard strings straight out of the pack as dead as this. Now my next adventure is going to be to try putting the D'Addario polished composite basses on. And I'm going to put extra hard tension to accompany the Savarez Alliance trebles, and hopefully that's going to solve the problem, give me a little bit more brightness. Hopefully those polished strings have enough brightness that I like. The tension will also be a little higher than these Elite Series 900s. If you're looking for a bright string, this is not it. If you're looking for a good string, this is not it. These La Bella Vivaces, very great sounding trebles. Savarez Alliance, very good sounding trebles. Hanabach carbon trebles, nope, not for me. I don't like them. They sound very pingy. Hanabach has other carbon strings. They have a golden string, which I haven't tried. Apparently that one is better sounding than this one, according to the internet. I haven't tried it. I'm not interested in paying more than $30 for a pack of strings, personally. Although the trebles might be worth it just to try, because treble strings can last longer. I read somewhere that Paco de Lucia said that treble strings, you can leave them on for, a month, 2 months, and the sound actually develops with time. It actually gets better with time. Whereas the basses tend to die out after a few weeks. Let me know what you guys thought of this video here. Let me know your experiences with some of these string packs. I stand by my opinions fully in terms of what I said. I do not recommend these 900 Elites. I do not find them elite in any way at all. Check out this playlist right here for some other videos on the channel. Maybe check out this video right here. Maybe YouTube's going to recommend it to you. Cheers, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.